I'm Kevin John, and you know what that music right there means. It's time to get this party started. Welcome to Week 5 of the high school football season. Some teams have yet to start league play, while other teams are kicking off league play. And we're going to kick the show off with the game you guys voted to be our Pat Bay Machinery Game of the Week, and y'all picked a good one. ABC 10's Matt George standing by with all of that action.
We're already in Week 5 of the high school football season, which means all over the Sac Joaquin section, it's the start of league play. And for this week's Pat Bay Machinery Game of the Week, we have a league clash for you. The Colfax Falcons taking on the Center Cougars, where home field advantage is the name of the game. It's been 3 seasons since the Center Cougars have hosted the Colfax Falcons, and over that time, Colfax has dominated the matchup between these two teams. However, the Falcons haven't defeated the Cougars here in Antelope for over a decade. Early on, you could tell Colfax was eager to correct that. Senior quarterback River Roach rolls out and hits junior wide receiver Austin Liddon for the game's opening touchdown. On the back foot early, the Cougars wasted no time answering back. Their first offensive snap of the game, quarterback Bradley Kenny throws a bomb downfield to junior receiver Andy McClear, who is finally brought down on the 11-yard line. The very next play, Center would punch it in for 6. Both teams would score a touchdown in each of their first 2 drives, trading blows like a prize heavyweight fight. Center would head into the halftime break with a 21-14 lead, much to the delight of the Cougar varsity cheer team, joined by the cheerleaders of Dudley Elementary School. Start of the second half, Center picks up right where they left off. Another big connection between Kenny and McClear, except this one goes the distance. Now how about we show a little love to special teams? The Cougars come up with a huge blocked punt and now find themselves with possession back in dangerous territory. So here comes Kelly, whose pass is actually tipped, but still falls into the hands of senior Isaiah Castellon, who cruises in for the score. It was just that kind of night for Center. After a breakout first quarter, the Falcons' offense had gone stagnant, so they went back to what worked the first time. Roach drops back and hits Liddon again deep over the middle to give the Falcons a bit of life, but ultimately the Cougars brought the hammer down in the second half to secure the 55-21 victory, improving to 4-1 on the season and keeping their home winning streak alive over Colfax.
Honestly, it's our fans, they come out every game. Shout out to our student section this year. And, we haven't beat Colfax at home in the past 3 years, so we just want to show them that when they come to our house, it's going to be the same thing.
Can I just say how I love the fact that that kid shouted out the student section and the fans? That's what I'm talking about. And shout out to Matt George for the great work there. All right, the Delta League kicked off league play on Friday night, so it's only right we give top billing to the team who went undefeated in Delta League play last year and was the head honcho in the division, the Elk Grove Thundering Herd. Let's get on over to Elk Grove High School. The Herd hosting the Consumnes Oaks Wolf Pack. Both of these teams enter with 1-3 records, so you know they're both hungry for a victory. And the one thing about Elk Grove High School, their student section is bound to turn up. If these guys don't get you hyped for a game, then you may not be human. And here goes your cuteness for the night. This was right after the JV game. This football player asked this young lady to go to the homecoming dance with him, and she said no. Just kidding, she said yes. All right, to the game. We'll pick this up late in the first quarter. Elk Grove ball. Dylan Archuleta takes the pitch. Look at this run. He's avoiding tacklers like me avoiding mosquitoes this time of the year. He picks up a nice gain. Ensuing possession for Consumnes Oaks. Marino Fergata throws the screen pass to Brendan Lambert. And you may want to grab some bleach, guys, because this catch and run was funky. Lambert gonna roll, bounce, use that breakaway speed to get this in for the first touchdown of the game. Wolfpack, they would take an early 7-0 lead. Ensuing possession for Elk Grove. David Hell looking downfield for a receiver, but he's picked off by Isaac Duran. That drive would lead to a field goal for the Wolfpack. They go up 10-0 at this point, but here come the Thundering Herd. Thomas Coy takes the pitch, and just like a kid running home on a Friday night to make curfew, Thomas is gonna run this all the way to the house. That put the Thundering Herd on the board. Elk Grove trailed 10-7 at the half. As I was walking out at halftime, Elk Grove's principal told me the Thundering Herd would come back in this game. Well, apparently that principal tells no lies. Elk Grove scores 28 in the second half to win this one, 35-17. Staying in the Delta League, next we're stopping at Sheldon High School, where the Huskies welcome in a very good Jesuit team. The score was already 35-0 in favor of Jesuit when I arrived in the third quarter, but apparently that guy, Johnny Brennan IV, didn't think that was good enough lead. Brennan takes the pitch, and good luck, Huskies. You ain't catching that guy. Jesuit put up 409 yards of total offense in this game, but Sheldon ain't going down without a fight. Ensuing possession for Sheldon, and quarterback Demarie Harden is going to take off for a nice, sizable gain here, but it was too little, too late. Jesuit wins this one 44-8. Also, shout out to Jesuit quarterback CJ Lee, who tied a school record with 5 touchdown passes in the game. Next, we're checking in at the Capital Athletic League, where the undefeated Rio Americano Raiders visiting the Capital Christian Cougars. Cougars still looking for their first win on the season. And spoiler alert, it wouldn't come on this night. We'll pick this up in the third quarter. Raiders in the red zone. That's Trace Kloss punching this in for the touchdown. That put Rio Americano up 16-7. To the fourth quarter now. Capital Christian ball. Max Ellison looking for a man. But watch Nicholas Baruff channel his inner Mutombo as he swats the ball. No, no, no! And the Raiders, they stay undefeated on the season, defeating Capital Christian 16-7. Well, one of the premier games across the Sac Joaquin section on Friday night was a battle of 2 undefeated squads who are both ranked in the section. And like the saying goes, go big or go home. So here at ABC 10, we decided to go big with our coverage with this game. So it's only right we got one of the biggest personalities in the area to cover this game. Johnny Football, take it away.
Hey, Johnny Football here in Casa Robles, where it has been a great night to see some ramming heads and some scratching talons. Let's get to those highlights. Well, the Taylor Swift fans were out in full force tonight, and they were singing for Rams player Logan March. Watch as he gets this Swift catch here right in the end zone. Eagles will take the next play here. Take a look at the pass from Caden Pinnick, or Old Eagle Eyes as I like to call him. Marcel, he's wide open for the catch, and yeah, it's okay to celebrate. Here's another one from Logan March. At first, I don't know what's going on. I'm about to lose him with my camera, but then boom, look at that. Logan wide open again. Here's a Rams fan that saw it better than me.
He dropped back, and he threw a slant to the middle, over the middle for a touchdown.
All right, Eagles turn. Marcel taking it down the middle and trampling over everyone. Let me tell you, he was on fire tonight. Speaking of fire, over at the Burger Grill, there was a jalapeno eating contest. Hot stuff. Oh! Back on the field, old tricky foot Marcel at it again. First, headed left. Oh, wait, right. All the way across the field and into the end zone. Let's hear it from the Eagles.
Did all right. Got the job done.
Yes, they did. Eagles take the win 31-13. All right, that's all from Casa Robles. I'm Johnny Football. Back to you.
Thank you, Johnny Football. Next time, why don't you bring some of those burgers back here in the studio? All right, we're going to keep this show moving. I'm not tired yet. Next, we're going to check in with the squad who's always worth the price of admission, the defending state champs, the Grant Pacers. Let's get you out to Grant High School in Sacramento, where the Pacers opened up league play. And their victims on this night, the Burbank Titans. If you love interceptions, you're going to love this game. Here in the first quarter, Burbank balled Jaden Johnson looking for a receiver, but Hakeem Reynolds says, not today, playa. Reynolds picks off this pass. He's taking it back to the Heezy for the first touchdown of the game. Grant takes an early 7-0 lead. Ensuing possession for Burbank, and Grant once again displaying the no-fly zone. Sajid Polite gets the ball at the highest point there for the interception. Shout out to the secondary coach for Grant. Later in the quarter, Grant back on the attack. Marquay King Johnson takes the handoff, herbs the word, spins the verb. No diggity, no doubt. That big run set up another touchdown for Grant. And how about another interception? Late in the first quarter, you may not want to throw it in the direction of Hakeem. Too late. Hakeem Reynolds picks this off. That's his second pick six of the quarter. Sheesh. This one, all Grant. They put it on the Titans, 48-0, the final. Now to Kennedy High School in the Pocket, where the Cougars took on the McClatchy Lions. Now, neither of these two teams had a win yet this year, so you know that was about to change. Kennedy struck first on this 15-yard run. You'll see it here in just a second. Now, Kennedy's roster wasn't on max preps, but number 24 right there, he makes it into the promised land for 6. The Lions would respond, though, with the air raid. Quarterback Xavion Barnes says, what y'all know about the deep ball? He's going to let this one rip to wideout Malachi Gothi. And Malachi 310 says, bring the whole tithe into the storehouse. So apparently Malachi in a given mood on this night as he gives us a touchdown. Yep. Now later on, Barnes, he would hold on. By the way, shout out to the flashlights in the student section there. Barnes takes this in himself. That's all you need to see. McClatchy picks up their first win of the year, defeating the Cougars 34-18. Also, it is now time to vote for your high school game of the week for next week. And if you want your school to be featured, head on over to abcted.com right now and vote for next week's game of the week. Our nominees are Vista Del Lago at Capital Christian, East Union at Lincoln High School in Stockton, my hometown, Intercom at Wood Creek in Roseville, Bear River at 12 Bridges in Lincoln, and Miraloma at Johnson. Now, voting ends Monday at noon, so vote now, vote often, vote until you just get tired of voting. All right, guys, well, speaking of getting tired of, hopefully you're not tired of me. That's my time.